So I'm reading this headline that says NBA's Iman Shumpert arrested for felony weed possession at Dallas airport. So Iman Shumpert was busted. I think it was either today or yesterday. According to this, it was earlier today on August 3rd. And it says right here that it was a sizable amount of marijuana in his backpack at Dallas Fort Worth Airport. So he was allegedly, according to this article, getting ready to leave the Dallas airport to go to Los Angeles to visit his daughter, according to this. But the police caught him with the marijuana in his backpack. I believe he was carrying a backpack. So they caught him with a large amount of marijuana, according to them. They say that he could face up to 2 years behind bars if convicted and a 10,000 fine. So this falls underneath the state jail felony. So before I get into what I think about this punishment, I remember Iman Shumpert for most of his career when he was healthy, he was a very good defensive player, super athletic, great athleticism. His offensive game was pretty limited. He didn't have what I would consider a good J, from what I remember, just not a good jump shooter, but he was a very good role player, just high energy, just a guy you would like on your team as long as he's not one of the main guys. But if he's in the 8-man rotation, a very good role player to have on a championship team. And he was on a championship team way back in 2016 when the Cavs won it all that year. Just he was a solid contributor. It seems, according to Basketball Reference, the last few years is when Iman Shumpert's career has fallen off. Just he had some stops in Sacramento, Houston, Brooklyn the last few years. And according to this, he didn't even play last year. So, yeah, he's definitely been out of the league. I think injuries probably ended his career earlier than what it normally would have been. According to Basketball Reference, he just turned 32. So his career for today's era ended shortly, but he was a solid role player. I think he spent about over 10 years in the league, so it's hard to do that. According to Basketball Reference, he also made over, $48 million. So over $48 million he made career-wise. Pretty good amount of money he's made throughout his career. If he saved it, he should be fine. He shouldn't have to worry about money. So with that being said, it seems like he's lived a pretty good life even after basketball. He's on some show, I believe, on HBO Max or Showtime. I forget the name of the show. So he has a lot of these things going for him outside of basketball. It looks like he has a solid place to go post basketball, but it makes me ask the question, why is players like Iman really that stupid that they need weed that badly? I get it. Some people need weed as a coping mechanism to deal with the stresses of life or whatever demons they're dealing with. It helps to loosen them up. I personally believe it should be legalized. It should be legalized all across the country. I definitely believe that. Even though I'm not down with using it, I don't think people should be put in jail for this. It can be as harmful as tobacco, or maybe even less harmful, but we don't put people in jail for doing cigarettes or drinking alcohol, which you can argue is more harmful to your body than weed. So I definitely think that's wrong. With that being said, it shows Iman Shumpert has a lack of self-discipline or self-control in his life, just in the sense that he could have just waited until he got to California and bought a bunch of weed over there where it was legal and smoked as much as he wanted without having to deal with the repercussions of getting punished for it legally. I just don't get it. You're going to go to California. You could have just waited. What was the point of carrying that bag with you? It just seems pretty stupid to me. Just really dumb. That's all he had to do, and he would have been fine. And granted, I do think he'll probably get out of this. Usually these guys don't face the worst of these charges, which is 2 years in jail if he's convicted. I think he'll hire a lawyer, he'll work out some agreement, and he'll get out of this. But still, he created an unnecessary mess. If he was smart, he would have never had to deal with it. Now he's going to have to waste some money on getting lawyers and just clearing this mess up. Just a really stupid move. Just a really dumb move by Iman. I shake my head at these guys. I know I sound like an out of touch fan of the game, but I just don't get it. When you're that rich, why do you need weed that badly? Just what is the pressure or stress you're dealing with in your life, especially now with his career's over? I just don't understand. Maybe he's dealing with some stress that he can't handle. Maybe his finances are not good. That's why he still needs to be on the weed, or maybe he's just addicted to that stuff. It just shows not only just a lack of discipline or lack of self-control, but just it shows a lack of intelligence that he's a pretty stupid guy just for putting himself in that position. That's how I feel about this. Tell me what you guys think.